So this type of video has been long overdue, and my channel's probably already dead at this point, but I need to say this just to kind of get it off my chest and just kind of get over and done with. So hello, this is me, Jack, and I'm kind of making this update video or important video, talk about video, whatever you want to call it at this point, just to basically announce something which I should have announced a long time ago. I'm not even gonna edit this too much. There's gonna be no special effects, no text on the screen. Well, I mean, I'll throw up at least my profile picture on the main part of the screen just to show a little bit of something on the screen, so it's not just the black void. I mean, I'm gonna just cut down some of the audio because I'm gonna be talking for a little bit. I'm gonna have a few breaks in between because this is a bit of a different type of video and probably a video which I haven't done in a long time. But I do need to say it because for anyone who is interested in this channel, and obviously you guys just been kind of left in the dark, and I'm really sorry about that. And I mean, I do post stuff on Twitter, but it's not anything it's not anything too important. It's just kind of whatever, or other things which I'll get into in a bit. But I need to kind of talk about this because it's basically more personal to me, but it also does affect everything I basically do on this channel, on any other social media platform, basically about my life. So if you're not really interested, if you were hoping for some gameplay video, stuff like that, you just wanted to see something like that, I mean, you can click off. But if you are interested and actually do kind of care, it'd be nice if you could listen through this mumbly ramble which I'm about to go through. So to start it all off, probably the biggest thing to probably get out the way first is, where have I been? Where have I been? What's been going on? Why have I been saying oh, I'm gonna record something, or I'm going to continue recording, and then it's I have a big massive break for about a month or two, and then I say I'm back now, I'm going to do some stuff, and then I don't do stuff. That's basically just to do with my life and how unorganized or how stressful it can actually be. And as opposed to just saying how I always been saying it, I've been busy, I'm going to kind of go into a little bit of it. I'm not going to go into full detail and bore you to death, but I'm just going to kind of go over it in more of a simplistic term, not go into too much detail, but give you enough to kind of give you an understanding of what's going on. So to start all off, probably the reason as well for how I've been doing a lot to doing less on this channel is basically what's been going on in my life. So when I first started this channel, or when I first kind of came back to this channel, I was nearing the end of my school years. I was doing my last couple of courses, so I had a lot of time on my hands to basically hop on and just kind of do random shit, make videos, or just fuck about with some friends, draw, do whatever. And it was great. I was able to just kind of fill in that gap of time and make some stuff for other people to enjoy. And that was kind of my whole purpose of doing YouTube, was really, and I still have the same philosophy now, if that's even the right term, or the same context, is I wanted to just make videos which I thought I would enjoy. And since YouTube is just kind of a shit show, I didn't really expect to get anywhere far. It would have been nice to, but I just wanted to just try and make stuff for me to enjoy in the future, for my friends to enjoy, kind of live back some memories under some goofy editing. And that was basically that. And I got in such a good rhythm of it because there was a big point in time where I didn't do anything, because like I said, I was nearing the end of my secondary school years, that I was just able to fill up that void and just kind of do whatever. However, though, YouTube isn't a thing for me to actually financially support me, because I mean, I'm such a very small channel. Despite how many videos I've done, how long I've been on here, I'm very small, and YouTube does not support very small channels, no matter how long you've actually been on here. so obviously I can't financially support myself on this site. So I have to get a job. I have to move on like everyone else has to do. And I did get a job, which is, thank goodness for that. I did get a job, and I got it as an apprenticeship for paint spraying on cars. Paint technician is, I think, what it's properly called. And I have been just working my way through the course on paint spraying and also just trying to financially support myself in the actual job. However, this does basically lead down many problems because, well, first of all, now that I have to have a job and also have to worry about college, it does mean that I have, well, less time to actually make videos. However, that was going to be a lot more harder than what it already is. Without going into too much detail, I've been doing my job for about 2, almost 3 years now, 2 to 3 years, and it has been the most stressful experience of my entire life. The entire process of being a paint technician is already a tough thing for anyone who doesn't know the concept of it. My job is to basically take damaged cars, which then get repaired by other people at our workplace, and paint them to make them look like that they've never been never been damaged before. That's basically the whole job. So you have to basically hide up other people's repairs, and also put a finish on it where it would look like it's never been hit before, damaged, hit, whatever. That whole process is very stressful, especially first starting out as an apprentice. And I'm already a very stressful person. I get worried about things so easily. So it was quite a challenge. The thing which is supposed to happen though when you're an apprentice is that you're supposed to get support at the workplace to basically get through it, get some help from your coworkers who have been there for longer, supposed to learn off them, so on and so forth. For about a year, maybe a year and a half, I got the most hardest time trying to learn that job. To put it simplistically, basically the people who I worked with weren't really the nicest people. To put it without just throwing out swears or anything like that, to make it just I don't know, sound worse, just in a nutshell, they just weren't nice people. They're people who just want to basically just get their own money. They don't really care about anyone else. They don't even have any pride in what they do. They just want to get basically the money from the job. That's it. That would be that. Then they just go home. Me trying to learn off them basically just became a struggle. I didn't even get a chance to do most of the actual job. They just wanted me to do the most simplistic, well, not simplistic, but the most boring things, which were part of the job, which obviously you have to do, but they wouldn't actually allow me to learn in the other parts. And if I ever got anything wrong, instead of just allowing them to rectify it, they will just basically insult me, make me feel lower, because all they want to do is make you feel lower to make them feel better. That's basically the type of people who I had to work with. There are some people who are nice, not saying that the whole company's like that, and there are some people in my department who would be nice, but people who I had to work with 90% of the time, they just weren't nice people. To make it also worse, the actual company itself is just completely unorganized. Very hard to try gain any success from that, because you just don't really know what's happening. And it made every step of the way such a struggle to work that job 24/7. Then you move over to college, which at the start was quite alright. It felt like a nice breather. I actually was able to learn from the actual college as opposed to trying to learn off of those people. And it was alright. I was able to learn, make some new friends, stuff like that. And it was all good. Come around to finishing the first year, it was all alright. Move on to the next stage, which is the next level, which would be level 3 and stuff like that, which I had to give you the qualification, which I'm at now, is now one of the biggest struggles. You see, basically, you would start will you be enrolled and start in September? It's currently December 8th at the time of recording this, and I'll probably try and upload this at the same time. But I'm still not enrolled onto the course, and we're supposed to start in September, saying that I am still doing the course now, but I'm basically doing a course I'm not even enrolled to yet. The college has not even sorted that out for me, which is fantastic. And I've just been trying to do this for as much as I can. My teachers are trying to get me through my course so I can actually, get qualified, because level 3 isn't it. Well, it's difficult, but it's not long and difficult. It's only got a few things in it, but they are challenging. So obviously once you get through those things, there's not a lot left of it to go, which is, I guess, the bonus out of level 3 compared to other stuff. But yeah, basically the college is just as unorganized as my work, but also I need that qualification to be classified as a proper painter. So basically everything is much more horrible to basically try and work through. And as a final, more recent note, to basically sum up the whole experience of my actual life, I not recently now, but a while ago, I got informed by my own workplace that once I am qualified, I won't have a job there. Basically, they, instead of doing what they initially told me, told my parents, the whole idea of what they were going to do for me was they're going to keep me on so that basically once one of the other people retire, because I'd like to mention that most people in that paint department are extremely old, close to retirement, so on and so forth. They were hoping that they would retire, then I would basically take their place. None of them want to retire because they're too stubborn, even though they physically cannot do their job anymore. And instead of basically sacking them, or just saying, you are retiring, they're getting rid of me because we have too many people. And after going through all that to basically try and confirm myself a spot, working my absolute ass off and everything, it has basically dropped me even lower down a barrel, which is probably the reason as well I haven't been that much active on anything. If you saw probably the tweet which I did based on it, the day I actually got the news, then you'll basically know kind of how I would have probably been feeling at that time, still feeling now, because basically until college gets their shit sorted, it's basically just a countdown until I don't have a job. And that's basically it. So to basically sum it all up, in the past 2-3 years I've been trying to do work, it has not basically worked out for me, because in the end I'm going to be ending back at square one. And you would think, well, you've got your qualification, that's all okay, right? Which is what they're basically thinking as well, because they're keeping me on until I get my qualification. That's not going to work well, because if I try to then go to another place, they are going to basically look at my thing and say, you've only just passed being an apprentice. So what? You're going to basically start at the bottom of the barrel again, besides you are qualified this time. So then I've got to work all my way back up to the top, again, something which I tried doing for the last 2 to 3 years. And yeah, that's just going to suck, and I'm going to have to learn all the new people, know all where all their equipment is. So I'm going to basically have to restart again, which is, it's great. I've honestly just felt like I've wasted a good couple of years of my life. That's basically how terrible it actually is. And just to basically summarize, all of that basically is what I have to go through now. With every single basically day, I have to worry about doing stuff at work for a place at work which I'm not going to be at for much longer, depending on when I get qualified and get onto the course finally to do everything else. And I'm going to have to worry about a new job, I'm going to have to worry about actually qualifying on the course, I've got to worry about so much stuff that basically every single day just becomes a stress fest. There'll be some days where I can just be like, I can just cope with it, I can be 100% fine, but I don't want to do anything which I enjoy, because the way how my mindset works is that I want to do stuff which I enjoy when I feel like I'm in a right mood set to do it, which is the main reason why videos are still, or videos just in general I do, are so sporadic, is because I don't like to think of doing stuff which I like to do as a constant thing. Like, I don't want to try and push something out just for the sake of pushing something out, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to, like, push a video out to you guys just to say there's a video for the day. I want to make videos that I feel like I'm going to enjoy, you're going to enjoy, feel like I've put some heart into it, instead of just, like, sitting there for about an hour, capturing whatever footage I can, sticking it into a video, that's it. That's not how I like to think of it, because I feel like for me, which is at my downfall, is I'm a bit of like a perfectionist, and it means that if I feel like I'm not satisfied, or I feel like I could have done better with something, I just don't enjoy it. Like, I'll look back at the video and I'll be like, nah, I could have done better, and I'll just hate the video for the rest of my life. Which in the end makes it really hard to try and make videos, because there have been a lot of videos which I've either recorded, created, and stuff like that, edited and everything, got ready to upload. I'll look back at it one final time and I'll just maybe not like it, but I've gone for so much time to edit it that I'll either go back to editing, maybe tweak it a little bit, still not like it, or just straight up just delete it. Like, there have been so many videos which I've created which just haven't seen the light of day, or they'll just be, I'll spend like 3 hours or something editing it, and then I'll just delete it because I just won't like the video. Like, I'll have tried making the video good for so long, I'll just give up and just delete it and just forget that I ever made it. And there's still videos which I've recorded which haven't even got past editing stage. Like, I've recorded so much stuff on my PS4 that just haven't even made it past editing, because either I'll be like, oh, I'll edit it later, or when it gets to editing it, I'll try editing it, I just won't be in the right mindset to edit it, or I won't even have the time to edit it, so it just gets piled up. Because when I actually record, I don't have a set time for when I record. I just record like with my friends, so basically my free time is my recording time. So whenever I'm on the PS4 with my friends, we might just do something funny, then I'll just record it and just say to them, that makes a video right there, and then basically that session becomes a video. That's how not professional I am when it comes to making YouTube, because I just like to play video games with my friends, and if I ever find something which I can make a video out of, it just becomes a video. And then it just goes through that entire process of, will it actually become funny enough to make a video? And then if not, I'll edit it for too long, delete it, or just delete the clip straight up. And that's basically it. Which is basically where it all gets summed up, pretty much. Because of the way how my brain thinks, I don't record I record a lot, but I don't edit a lot. I don't get a chance to edit a lot, because of the stress of work, college, my life in general, and then just trying to actually make videos is becoming almost impossible. And there have been so many times in this giant gap from, like, I think it's 3 months now I haven't recorded, where I've been like, I'll make a video again. And it's either life, college, work, which gets in the way, or YouTube itself right now, because all of the recent, or somewhat recent, because I'm very late to this topic, with YouTube basically bringing in a ton of rules that still don't help new creators or small channels. So that's a new topic to kind of go into and keep this trend of talking going, which is also another reason why I don't make videos anymore, is because YouTube itself just doesn't support small channels. Like because we all know it, YouTube just wants to make as much money as possible, or try to make Google as much money as possible. And without just trying to like diss YouTube or anything like that, they try to help out the actual site, but they only help out the people who are already up there in the success. Anyone who's too small or just starting has a very, very hard time to basically get past certain boundaries. Because of all the new rules, it's challenging enough for existing content creators to continue forward, but smaller channels or people starting are going to have an even harder time. For example, stuff like Article 13, everyone was very panicked about that. Don't even know if that's even added yet, whatever, still undecisive about that. But then also the newest one, which is the whole copper situation. If you're unfamiliar with that, it's just basically violation of like protecting kids online from content they shouldn't see. And instead of YouTube just being like, okay, we messed up because it was basically their fault, they've added in a ton of new rules which are very undecisive. How's the best way to put it? They aren't well described. And from what a lot of people basically got out of it, if your content isn't suitable for kids, but it is put in the category for kids and kids see it, the content creator will receive a massive fine. I don't remember the exact number, but it was like over like $200,000 or something like that. I don't know, I can't remember the exact number, but whatever it was basically a ginormous fucking fine for one video. And if you're not careful and say your entire channel gets shown, that's like all your videos times that in basically a giant fine. So with that, and YouTube being undecisive, it's like very hard to even attempt to continue making videos because they add in all these new rules which just fuck you over, or they will all these new systems which make you feel like you don't want to do it anymore. Because I just wanted to make videos for fun. I don't want to have to deal with a massive ass fine just because their system thinks a video from 2 years ago is suitable for kids. Like, I already know for a fact that my content is not for kids. If I wanted to be talking about the videos I do from like a YouTuber content creator standard, I would say that my videos are just from people my age. Like, I'm 20 years old. And I live a shitty, depressive life, so my mindset is not suitable for kids just at its own. But also, I watch content outside of my videos, but I watch content which isn't suitable for kids in general. Like, I don't watch kid-friendly channels, so my mindset is going to be based on that. So I already know that whatever videos I create aren't going to be suitable for kids. So in the end, I know my channel is not made for kids. And I know that they've made it like that. They said that there's like going to be a channel setting where you can just say, yeah, your channel is not suitable for kids, so all your content's not suitable for kids. But then everyone thinks, but then you don't get so many ads, stuff like that, which is the other problem. Like, because a lot of channels get kid-friendly ads to basically support their stuff, make more revenue, because basically ads are the only way to make money off of videos now. And like the whole monetization thing. My channel isn't big enough to get monetization. My channel isn't even stable enough to keep a monetization going. So in the end, I'd have to attempt to drop everything, like drop college, drop work, to at least attempt to make YouTube a full-time thing for me. But since I'm already, I've been making videos for, counting this year, even though I've only done it for really half, 4 years, and I haven't even passed 100 subs yet. And a lot of people who might be listening to this, and if you are still listening to this ramble fest, which has probably gone for about almost half an hour now, in terms of me recording it, I thank you all, because it really does mean a lot to me if you actually sat through all of this and are actually listening. That it does mean a lot to me. And if you are out there, and you'll probably say in the comments, like, well, I know channels which have been doing this for much longer than you, and they're only just starting to make success. That's the thing. Only just, or whatever. I can't risk quitting whatever I do in real life to attempt to exist on a platform, like, to keep me financially stable when it itself is unstable itself, if that makes sense. Like, if I dropped everything, attempted to do YouTube full time, and tried all of that, try and make uploads almost every day, make this my life, which I wouldn't mind, because I do like making videos, even with my whole depressive perfectionist mindset. I do like making videos, and if I had the time to make them, it wouldn't be as bad. But what I'm saying is that I'd have to then rely on YouTube's algorithms, YouTube's very shitty, selective, unbalanced algorithm system to try and get my videos to see the viewers which they want, which are designed for them, to then hopefully try and make financial success on a channel which has been going on for 4 years, still hasn't passed 100 subs, and really is as unstable as the site. Because I can't choose when I make videos. My life is so busy or depressing and unmotivating that I'll either be busy doing something else or just wallowing in my self-pity because I've got nothing else to do. It sounds very dark now thinking about it, in terms of, like, this went from just nice and chill to just being this. It's just the truth. Which is also the main reason why I've left this topic for so long, because I could keep going and talking about how depressing I am and how dark my life can be because of my mindset. And I have recorded this several times in the past and given up because I've either made myself too sad, or I look back at it and I think this is just really depressing. I shouldn't just upload this. But I'm here now and I'm just going to keep going. I've been going for about 28 minutes. I don't know how, when I cut this down, it's going to basically be, but it's the truth. But to get off the whole topic of me again, basically, trying to do YouTube as a full-time thing, it's basically like a gambling thing now. Like, will you make success or will you basically plummet? Because in the end of the day, I'd probably have to get another job anyway, and then try and do videos on the side, which is what I was doing in the first place. So, after that, and if you are still listening, I do thank you so much, because that is actually a really nice thing if you guys have stayed through this very, very long conversation. Because I don't do these types of videos, and I feel like I need to say it, but thank you. If you've stayed through this long, that really does mean a lot to me. But the final thing is to basically go over what's going to happen now. What's going to happen to this channel? What's going to be happening just in general? The truth is, I don't know. I don't know what the future has held for me. I don't know if I'll even make it to the future, which I think is there for me, knowing how the past couple of years have been. I don't know. I don't know where I'll be. I don't know what's happening. So, as for this channel, I don't know. But what I do know is that at this current point in time, which has been the past couple of months, I don't think I'll be doing any YouTube-y stuff. I could try, but it's not going to be a guarantee. I'm not guaranteed that I'm back on YouTube. I'm not guaranteeing if I will do YouTube full time. I'm not guaranteeing if I'll even just do YouTube on the side. I have to deal with so much other shit that YouTube is, at this point, just there. Just kind of sat there. Like, I could attempt to make a few videos, but I just don't know at this point, because it's a struggle to know if I'm gonna be doing it anymore, if there's even a point to doing it anymore, and so on and so forth. As YouTube starts going down this downward spiral, you're either gonna grab hold of it and just go with it, or just leave off to one side and see if it calms down, or attempt to jump back on it when it's safe. So for me, I don't know what I've got planned. I mean, I do have some videos which are fully edited from either me or my friend Sam, who has been helping me out through a lot of this stuff, and I do thank you for that. If you are listening to this, which you probably are, I thank you so much for helping me through this absolute shitfest of a site. It really does mean a lot to me. And I will upload those videos whenever I get chance, whenever I feel like I can. But this might be the last official video I will be making to YouTube, because YouTube just doesn't seem like a thing to be doing at this point in time for me. I'm not saying that I'm quitting, but as of right now, I don't think I'll be able to do it. Basically, what I'm saying is like right now might not be the time for YouTube for me, but I'm not saying that I'm quitting, because I don't know if my life gets organized. I might try it again, or I might just try live streaming, because I do like live streaming. Live streaming is fun, but maybe not on YouTube, maybe on Twitch. These are just ideas which I might do for the future, because as of right now, I don't really know, and I don't want to be doing what I've been doing the past couple of years, which is like saying I will do stuff, then I don't do, then either I'll do stuff but very, very late, or just don't do them in general, and then just feel like I'm just letting people down. So these are just ideas which I have, which I might execute later in the future, or just let them fly away like some tumbleweed in the desert, or something like that. But that's basically it for this video. I thank anyone who has sat through this whole conversation for a very long time. That does mean a lot to me. I need to get this off of my chest, this little rambling thing, whatever you want to call it. And I do thank any single one of you who has sat through this whole thing and supported it. This video will just be uploaded whenever it can, today, and I will notify people on Twitter that this video has gone live. But I thank anyone who has sat through this little depressive ramble. It does mean a lot to me. But that's it. So I guess I'll just see you guys whenever. Could be in a month or two, could be a full year. Oh, and also as a side note, I probably won't be doing the best of 2019, because I don't know if I'm going to continue YouTube. So that's just also another thing to wonder. So if you were wondering for best of 2019, I'm probably not going to do it. So sorry for anyone who has been supporting this channel. I am sorry that I'm probably not going to continue it, maybe until like later on down another line. But yeah, that's it. I'm going to end it before I continue rambling anymore. But thank you for anyone who has supported me through this adventure, and I'll probably see you whenever my next adventure starts. So see yous, I guess.